back in Lake Rukwa, Western Tanzania, and this time on a client's hunt, but I had a 10-day hunting license in my name as well. Client wanted to hunt buffalo and hippo, which made hunting plains game for me a very strong possibility. So yeah, basically one day we were sitting under a big tree next to the Rungwa River for lunch, and I was busy shooting my bow, just staying at it. And the last end that I shot, Dustin van Staden, very good friend and professional hunter of mine, he walked with me to go pull my arrows, and we heard a bushbuck bark to our right, and looked up almost simultaneously, and there was a bushbuck ram standing on the opposite side of the river, 170 yards away. Not Dusty or myself had binders with us, so I quickly ran to the truck, got the first set of binders, which was his, and I remember walking towards him. I already took a peek, and at that stage the ram was looking directly away, so I could see the shape. By the time Dusty had the binos, he was kind of looking straight in front of him again, which was our angles from the side, and he was like, very big ram. Obviously he didn't see the flare, so yeah, I told him, I was like, Dusty, there's no plan with the bow. And I'm normally not like that. Everyone that knows me knows I want to hunt with a bow, and that's it. In that specific situation, like having done this for almost 20 years myself, guiding every year a ton of hunters, like you start to learn to spot situations where it's going to be possible with a bow, and then the most important thing when it's not going to be possible with a bow. At that stage, the river wasn't running wide. Where the water was still flowing, it was probably 20 yards wide at the widest, and that was on the bushbuck side of the river. So we had a sand bank, like river sand, for like 140 yards. No cover, obviously. So I was like, nope, let me just shoot him with a 300. I mean, come on. And he was like, nope, which I'm very thankful for now. So we started our approach, and between us and the ram, there was this little clumps of reeds, which wasn't very wide, probably 3-4 yards. So we just hunkered behind each other and we just went. And I remember getting to like 80 yards. I looked at him through my binos again, and I realized that this thing was an absolute monster. Right there, I decided not to look at him again, because just mentally prepping for the shot was not going to help me. And when we got to about 50 yards, something happened and he busted. Obviously very disappointed, because the chances of having another go at him was almost zero. Yeah, threw a bit of a hissy fit, a small one, nothing bad, but obviously very disappointed in myself. And we luckily there was another ram walking towards us, very old ram, 16 inches, my guess, great ram. And we were like, okay, I'm happy to shoot that one. And obviously a little bit heartbroken, but I just knew, usually with big bushbuck you have one chance and that's it. In any case, while we were waiting for this ram to kind of feed towards us, we continue looking behind us, just maybe that ram came back, and lo and behold, like not even 5 or 10 minutes later, he comes down. And this time I'm like, okay, give me the gun. And Dusty's like, no. So I told him a word that I can't say on YouTube. I was like, okay, well, stuff it, let's do it. And I just beeline for that for the reeds. The bushbuck came down, he stopped it. I think it was just under 60. I was at full draw. Wind was pumping from the right to the left. Obviously shooting a back tension, those conditions are not ideal, but I knew my safety was off, my finger was off the safety, and I knew I was like 2-3 seconds away, and he dropped his head and he started walking, and luckily caught my safety lead down, and he came down directly to the river to drink. Unfortunately, where he was drinking, 40-yard shot, but between us and him there was a big dead tree that kind of blocked his vitals. So he was there, no shot. I tried to go on the left side of the reeds, still no shot. So yeah, obviously we had to wait for him to walk out again, and as he did that, Dusty was whistled. He stopped 61 yards, slightly quartering away, and I shot one of the best shots I've ever shot.
Oh man. So big. Biggest bushbuck I've ever seen. Any species.
That was good. Well done.
At that stage, we didn't quite know what we had done. Just where he was, we couldn't cross. We drove around, got to where he was, immediately found blood. I mean, beast 2-inch did a phenomenal job. And yeah, we found my ram 60 yards from where I shot him. There he is.
Mama.
No. Thanks, dude. I'm gonna give you this.
Good shot, man. Look at that exit.
Nala. Yo.
That's so good.
Look here, dude. What do you think, man?
That is a freaking awesome bloody bushbuck.
Yes.
Oh, that shot perfect, man. Hey, Danie, just watch out. There's lots of... All over the place.
Watch out. Listen. That's now. How big do they think it is?
Size of a lesser kudu, man.
Look there.
Check that, eh? Fighting.
Thanks, buddy. Guys, thank you, eh? Tanzania. Yo, my man.
I'll never forget the excitement the trackers had. Biggest bushbuck they've ever taken out of that area. Gun, bow, any method. And the trackers were joking. Half of them were kind of saying Tandala and Dogo, which is a lesser kudu, and the other half were like Seratunga. So in bushbuck terms, he was a monster. He's going to be the #1 SEI, East African bushbuck taken with a bow, with a big margin, and he will rank, if I remember correctly, still pending, obviously, just need to enter him. I already got him officially measured, but he's going to be top 3 overall, which the one in front of him was shot in 1960. Obviously, you know, some people don't enter their stuff, but if you don't enter it, it doesn't count. So yeah, my way, just, you know, like shooting an old animal, which he was, broom tips, blind in the one eye. That's always the primary goal. But when you get something that's like giant status in the same criteria, that just makes me excited on a level that, yeah, I don't think a lot of people understand. You know, and some people get like, I feel like they almost get a little bit weird when you pun something as a world record, or, you know, but I feel like when you shoot an animal like that, it's just, I think it's a way of showing respect for what that animal was, because being a world record means that, you know, in that species, he was probably the biggest, you know, or one of the biggest. You know, lions and leopards usually have the tendency to kill big stuff, but old age also takes a lot of them. But I think just when you have that opportunity and you are the lucky hunter to take down an animal like that, then, you know, like I like to enter them just to kind of give them recognition. So yeah, short little video. We didn't do a bunch of b-roll. We were there just having fun. Good friends, good clients, and yeah, in a very special country, very special area. I mean, that same morning we saw wild dogs, pack of wild dogs with pups, and it was absolutely amazing, you know. So we get to see very, very cool areas, and yeah, this is off the topic, but bowhunting 100% has changed my life, outlook on life, the way I live it. Yeah, it's just, I don't know, like I get so excited about animals like this East African bushbuck that I shot. Not planned. I mean, it was by stroke of luck. And recently I've been very lucky. But at African Bowhunting Adventures, we strive to get the best areas for our clients, and me in the charge of that boat usually sometimes gets opportunities that I wouldn't have had otherwise. So yeah, insane area, insane animal, super special moment, an afternoon that I will remember for the rest of my life. He's already on his way to SA, so I'm looking forward to have him in my house in the next year or two. Yeah, I think it's going to be a special mount. So yeah, super thankful for the opportunity.